from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Forecaster John Bordash back with you here in the Weather Center now with a full canteen of water, so we are good on that front. To give you a quick storm update, I will preface this with we have no active tornado warnings in our local region at the moment, but that could change at any time, so you're going to want to stay weather aware. But let's walk through what's going on, give you an idea of what's happening and what you can expect across the region throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. We have seen several tornado-warned storms move through the region. We have reports that a confirmed tornado moved through the Newport area and southern parts of Charles County there, just north of Newburgh, and we are getting significant damage reports from the Annapolis area. County emergency management officials report trees and wires are down, damage to buildings throughout the Riviera, Woodland Beach, and the Annapolis areas, as this storm that is now up here near the Baltimore area with a current tornado warning moved through the Annapolis area. We tracked that live, and we just ended that coverage about 10 minutes ago, but that moved through with devastating impacts to the Edgewater, Londontown, Annapolis, South River areas. If you have any loved ones, please get in contact with them to make sure they're okay. We were talking about that storm live and how that storm was likely producing a tornado. I was tracking it, likely producing a tornado through parts of PG and Calvert counties as well. We currently, again, have no tornado warnings. We have this line of rain that has moved through the region that has brought plenty of heavy rain, gusty winds, and lightning to the region. This produced some areas of flash flooding. We've been talking about that threat all day today. I promised you I wasn't hyping it, and sure enough, that's what we've seen. The one storm I am watching at the present moment is this storm coming off here of Louisetta. This is a storm that has had a history of rotation and currently actually has a tornado warning with it for Northumberland counties. I'm going to be watching this for southern parts of St. Mary's County. I think if you're south of Park Hall and south of Valley Lee, this storm could be impactful for you. It has had a history of rotation. We have no current tornado warning with it right now, but we do have a little bit of light rotation here that's going to try to move into the ridge and point lookout areas here over the next 15 minutes. Taking a wide zoom out, all of the areas shaded in red, and let me kind of clear the radar off here so you can see, and well, yeah, this works out well. All the areas in red, this includes all of southern Maryland, remain under a tornado watch. So it's all of these counties in red, and now it does include much of the eastern shore. This goes until 7. Our entire region remains under watch until 7. What does that tornado watch mean? That means that we are not talking about tornadoes on the ground at the moment, likely. It's kind of like a taco watch. We have all the ingredients laid out on the counter, but not much is going on. But then once we get that taco formed, ready to eat it, that's a taco warning. We don't have any of those warnings in effect right now locally. We do have one up towards Baltimore and one down towards the northern neck. Nothing in our region right now, but that could change at any moment. The big question I'm getting is this going to continue? Will we continue to see a tornado threat today, or was this it? Are we done with? The answer is no, we are not done with. What I do want to do is upload here the latest version here of Futurecast. I just pulled during the break here while I got some water, while I waited for the Brita to fill. So this would be latest run of Futurecast here. This is depicting 3 o'clock. You can see how it has that area of rain that's currently up along the bayside locations rushing out to the east. Let's continue to play this out. You see 4 o'clock, we're clearing out, we look good, but then look, by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we see additional areas of heavy rain develop as we continue to see a southerly flow of our moisture. 7 o'clock, we're still talking heavy rain. 8 o'clock, some storms. Are we clear then? No, additional storms by 9 o'clock. Potential for additional storms moving in by 10 o'clock. We're going to keep that threat around for 11 o'clock. We're going to keep it around for midnight. We're going to continue to watch this threat. This is why this graphic that I put together early this morning, I think, really does a good job of showing you that threat. We're going to keep that threat of heavy rain. We're going to keep that threat of weak spin-up tornadoes being possible. Not even weak. We have seen a strong tornado move through the Annapolis area. We're going to keep that threat through midnight tonight. We are not done with. I think we are just getting started. I don't know how many more tornado warnings we see today. We might not see any more, which would be good news, and I would love to see that. But that potential is there, and we're going to continue to watch that. We're going to keep the potential for power outages across parts of the region. We're going to keep the threat of gusty winds outside of those thunderstorms. These thunderstorms are producing wind gusts upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour. As we come back, though, to radar, let me reset you here a little bit to what we're currently looking at again. Tornado watch, all the counties there are in red. Radar's going to come back on here in just a second, and you'll see where everything is right now. Our primary line that has produced a lot of the damage across our region now is pushing out across parts of the Chesapeake Bay. And I actually saw a pretty decent area of rotation move through the Willows area in northern Calvert County that I was surprised didn't have a tornado warning on it, but I don't issue those. That's the National Weather Service, and they are a lot smarter than I am, but there's some things that do surprise me. But right now, we continue to see heavy rain in the Annapolis area. This is the area where we saw that tornado warning storm move through. The local storm report, you can see this little icon here south of Annapolis, and it might be hard to see because the radar is red. Let me actually turn off the watch too so you can see it. This is the area generally we're looking at that has potentially has likely taken a direct hit from a tornado. So this is north of Hillsmire Shores, north of Shelby on the Bay, but near Shelby on the Bay, Edgewater, Perot, London Town, up here near Route 2 south of 301. This is the region we've seen that potential. We don't know the extent. We don't know how strong the tornado is. We don't know if there are any injuries or loss of life right now, but we will continue to watch that and wait for that to come in. We saw, again, that additional tornado. It was the same storm. Produce a potential tornado down here near Newport. I want to see if I can still get this up here. I don't think I can, actually. But we will continue to watch that. And then we have this storm down here near Heathsville and Louisetta that had a tornado warning on it. It has now moved out here over open parts of the bay. But we are likely going to, I don't want to say we're likely going to see a tornado warning, but we do have some broad area of rotation now moving on shore here in southern parts of St. Mary's County. We're talking, say, Inigos Ridge in Scotland, right there along parts of Point Lookout Road and parts of Route 5 down here in Ridge in Scotland. So do be aware of that. In the very least, you're talking about heavy rain pushing in, plenty of thunder and lightning as well. Outside of this, we don't have a whole lot going on, but we can already see these additional storms trying to develop. South here at Port Royal, near the Fairview Beach zone. These are the areas we're going to see move through, and we can also see that these are trying to hook a little bit. Let me come on over here to our velocity, see if we have rotation with these storms, and we do. We do a rotation with the storms they're trying to fire up, so we will keep the threat of several tornadoes across the region throughout the rest of today. This is a look at that future cast. Just because this line has moved through, do not find yourself in a place of security. You are still going to see additional storms move through parts of our region this afternoon and evening, and you need to keep in mind what that tornado safety plan looks like for you. I saw a lot of comments during our tornado warning coverage earlier this afternoon of places that got put under tornado warnings and people commenting, I live in a mobile home, what do I do? Because what is the first thing on our tornado safety precaution if you get put under a warning? To move to a substantial shelter with a foundation. If you live in a mobile home, you don't have that. That's why right now, when nothing is going on, you need to think of where that's going to go. Call up that friend, call up that family member, figure out where that nearest library is. Those types of things. You just need a building that has a foundation that's not going to get easily blown away. That is going to be your first line of defense against any potential tornado, and we've seen 2 of them touch down in southern Maryland in the last 3 hours. You want to get to the lowest level of your home. You want to know where that is. For some of you, that could be a basement. That's amazing. For others of you, it might just be a first floor home. You don't have a basement. That's fine too. For some of you in a multi-story complex, it might only be a second floor because that's where your apartment is. That can be okay, but you need to put, if you're above ground, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to get yourself away from those exterior walls, and you want to make sure that you do have something to cover your head and body with, or if you're at home or a business, you want to crouch down and you want to cover your head in case you have flying debris in parts of our region as storms try to move through. So, and even as we speak, we do have a new tornado warning for parts of the eastern shore right now, as these storms continue to push up towards the north. This is a tornado warning until 3:30 for parts of Somerset County over there near Crisfield, with this little guy racing northward towards Salisbury. So this is going to be active. For those of you that have any interest further north, heavy rain continues up here. This flash flood warning has a considerable threat with it, and I actually live within this area right now since I'm going to school up here in Pennsylvania. So we're looking at a lot of rain across this region. These forecasts, and I don't necessarily know why people could be surprised by this, because this is unfolding the exact way we've been saying for 2 or 3 days the forecast will unfold. Highest tornado threat to the south and east that could be enhanced, and heavy rain north and west with the potential of up to 6 to 10 inches of rain, and we're seeing that. Locally in southern Maryland, we're not seeing up to 10 inches. Many of us are getting between 1 to 2 inches. And actually, as I say that, we have a new tornado warning for parts of southern York County up here in parts of Pennsylvania. That's not near us. That's south of me. But this is something we're going to watch. And look, we have those additional storms moving in through Indian Head, through Bryant Road, through Pittsburgh, down here near Fairview Beach, Port Royal, King George. So you need to stay weather aware. Storms will continue to fire and impact our region throughout the day. And your task right now, what I need you to do is figure out the answers to the questions on this graphic. What is a substantial shelter for you if you live in a mobile home? What is the lowest level of your home if you get put under a tornado warning? What interior room are you going to move in if you get placed under a tornado warning? Keep these in mind. I will be here with you all afternoon, all evening, into the overnight hours, continuing to track this. This is a dangerous weather alert, high impact day here in southern Maryland. We've already seen 2 tornadoes touch down. The potential is there to see more, and that potential stays with us through 7 to 9 o'clock this afternoon and evening. So for the next 6 hours, I need you on high guard, and I need you here with me at JB Weather to continue to keep you updated and keep you ahead of these storms. You're not going to find coverage like this anywhere else. Those DC news stations, they can't even say St. Indigos. And I know I mess up some town names, but like St. Indigos, come on, or Lusby, come on, those aren't hard town names. So you want to stay weather aware. Stay with me here. I'll keep you updated. You can get the updates on Facebook, where over 600 of you are watching, and earlier today, over 1,300 of you are watching me for live coverage, which I greatly appreciate. You can get additional information on Twitter. As an additional resource to get all the information you'll see on Facebook is on Twitter. You can follow me at JB_weather. Critical updates are posted there. On Instagram at JB Weather, just straight like that, JB Weather. You can get those updates there, and on the website jbweather.net. So we're going to continue to watch all of this. It's going to be an active afternoon and evening, and I am here with you through all of it to continue to keep you ahead of this storm. My stormy cloud mug from this morning still holds true. That is my face right now. I do not like dealing with severe weather, and we will continue to watch this. So stay with me, and I'll continue to keep you ahead of these dangerous storms. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. If we get any warnings or any critical updates that need to get passed along, I will come back here live, and I'm sure you will get that notification, and we'll be here to dissect all that information together to keep you and your family safe. That is my primary goal today, is your safety and to keep you and your loved ones ahead of any dangerous storm. But I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me right now. I'm sure we'll be talking a little later on this afternoon and evening, but keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.